Wow.
So, I was wondering, I wanted to do a vortex tour because I'm interested in the vortices. I'm not spiritual or anything. I just want to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Like, what should I do? Crazy?
Oh, yeah, Pete Sheep definitely has the best
Okay,
representation. Yeah.
great. They have a-
That's what I hear.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll just go.
good morning, everybody.
Oh, good morning.
I think we'll get started. It looks like it's pretty clear out there, so this may be the complete audience. So, welcome. My name is John DeLeon. This is Hiro Sasaki. We're co-founders of a website called typos.com. Today here we're supposed to discuss the process of crowdsourcing errors. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our beliefs and what we think is achievable in terms of crowdsourcing errors and how our website fits into that. So again, the presentation objective is to discuss the process of crowdsourcing errors, share our experiences with the design, development, and promotion of a website aimed at readers who enjoy spotting typos. So essentially, what we're going to do in a nutshell. A little disclaimer. We know our audience, so you may catch a few things that we overlooked, so please feel free to call us out on them. We'll leave them till the end, though, so keep notes. Both Hiro and I are technical guys. We have no formal training in editing or literature, English, anything like that, so please bear with us. With that, who in the audience is a book editor? Is anyone here in the book industry, edits books or has experience with that? So mostly copy editors with newspapers and magazines and things like that? Okay. So we'll get to that. The site is aimed at errors mostly in books. That seems to be what our audience has seemed to really pick up on and report about. But we do touch upon things like errors in online newspapers and random things that people just submit to us. So we'll show you all those examples as we proceed through. So the agenda is, what is typos.com? Design, demo, promotion, future plans, and then questions and answers at the end. I'm going to go over what the site is. I'll discuss our beliefs as to what the keys are to crowdsourcing, how that drives our typos model, which then subsequently drives the design of the website, and then hence the implementation. I'll show you in a demo. We'll step through the website in real time, submit a typo, step through the features, and show you how all that stuff ties back into the keys and the model. Promotion, Hiro will then take over. He's our big marketing guy. And he'll talk about how we've promoted the site to our user base and future plans to promote it to publishers, perhaps, and authors, perhaps as a viable resource. And then again, that all fits into progress to date. We'll have some technical charts that shows relationships between some data that we've analyzed. And then, again, part of it would be to include our future plans at expanding the model. And then at the end, we'll take questions, hopefully provide some answers. But if you feel inclined to ask questions while we're presenting, feel free to raise your hand and I'll just point at you. So I felt like we should start with something light. This was aired a few weeks ago on 60 Minutes. It was Andy Rooney's final thoughts, and it speaks specifically to what we're trying to do.
I think it makes everyone feel superior to find a mistake in anything they read. I always like to find a grammatical or a factual error in a book or in a newspaper article. The other day, I read a story about some historians in Virginia who said they found 140 mistakes in one fourth grade history textbook that was used in the public schools there. A lot of words were misspelled, words like development, amendment, secession, necessary, and separate. There were a lot of factual errors too. For example, the author said that significant numbers of African Americans fought for the Confederacy during the Civil War, which isn't true. Imagine having to recall those textbooks from all the schools in Virginia, though. Maybe they should let the students use the books the way they are, and the kids who found the most mistakes get the highest marks. Writing a book is hard. The money's only fair, and the work is really tough. I've written a lot of books. When an editor complains about something, I tell the editor that I'm the one who had to fill up those blank pages with all the words. And the editor, all he had to do was correct my mistakes. We all like to catch someone else's mistakes, and editors have all the fun, because that's what they do for a living. Think about how good those historians felt when they found 140 mistakes that the publisher missed. The author of the textbook tried to defend herself by saying that she found a lot of her information for the book with the help of the internet. Well, that's not a good excuse, miss. Or does it matter?
So yeah, I think that really kind of sums up something that we've been trying to do for the last year and a half or so that we've been working on this. So it was really timely that got aired, and actually on the website, it's cbs.com, one of our users tried to point Andy and CBS to our website, but I don't think he signed up yet though. So what is typos.com for all those who are wondering? Simply put, it's a place where people can report typos in books. I mean, generically, that's what it is. Our mission or our current state is to provide a unique and enjoyable experience to readers who have a knack for finding errors in print art by continually enhancing features and leveraging the latest internet technologies. So on a daily basis, we continually think of ways to enhance the site. We take feedback from users, and we do our best to implement that and include that. And then leveraging the latest internet technologies. With this whole social network world we live in, we do our best to have a presence on Facebook, Twitter. We use Google Books as the backend for our database, so that when a user comes in, they search any book, it will populate, show up, and then they can submit their errors to that reference. So I would say that a lot of our user base, we're seeing a lot of signups coming from Facebook. So our vision, the future state. We envision ourselves to become a central clearinghouse for all errors in printed media ultimately. So that would include all books, textbooks, online magazines, online newspapers. The textbooks and the books right now, easy. You identify by ISBN. They show up on our site, you report it. Magazines and newspapers, some of that real-time published books are a little bit more difficult to track. At this point, the only system we have in place are our daily blogs where people submit things they find. They'll take a screenshot of their TV of a news channel, or they'll send us an article and we'll post it on the site, provide attribution, say, hey, look at this. And then in some cases, we've contacted the copy desk, and I'll show you that example later at CNN.com, and they saw it was getting some attention on our website. Half hour later, they fixed it. It's pretty egregious. 2 typos in 1 sentence, and they weren't even real words. So I'll show you that. Our offering includes basically reporting and tracking typos you found. You can connect and collaborate with others. So we have some pretty basic entry-level social networking. You can go and friend somebody, send messages within the site. Maintain a virtual bookshelf. I think it's pretty similar to, I don't know if anyone here frequents sites like Shelfari or Goodreads, but we have a bookshelf feature where you can add the books that you're reading to it and send requests or send recommendations to your friends. And then you can write book reviews. This is something we're really trying to pick up on. We have minimal success with writing book reviews. People tend to use other forums for that. The biggest thing that we're seeing though for us is people submitting typos, other people voting on them, commenting, and saying, okay, yeah, this is a good typo. Here's why it is. Here's a quick and dirty tip, for example. Or here's why it's not, and they vote it down. Some are our stats to date. We have more users than that, but a lot of them are tests. 170 pretty active, viable users at this point. 700 plus typos, and about 7,000 books added to the database. We realize that some power users are really responsible for a bunch of those typos. We have one user, for example, who so far in the last year submitted probably close to 300. I think she reads a new book every 3 to 4 days. So a little bit of how it all started. It was interesting. There's 4 of us.